Report on patent infringement lawsuit by a pocket pair. The item tier has already been patented. Sorry, Cakez, you cannot use this in your game. Oh, I see. By Nintendo? Shit. So basically now we have to pay a Nintendo a fee because we are using this in our game. That's essentially what happened, right? Report on patent infringement lawsuit by a pocket pair. So they now know what's actually been infringed upon. And I think it's really important to go over this because ultimately this could happen to anyone. And that's what I hate the most about these things. You built something in a game and by chance you have built the same thing as some other game. Now you have to actually pay Nintendo money for this. Yeah. Let's see. As announced on September 19th, the Pokemon Company and Nintendo Ltd, hereafter referred to as plaintiffs, oh wow, have filed a patent infringement lawsuit against us. We have received inquiries from various media outlets regarding the status of the lawsuit, and we would like to report the details and the current status as follows. So what they thought was that they tried to patent, and we all thought that online, right? Because we weren't sure that this was actually the case. They wanted to patent how you capture Pokemons using Pokeballs. So you toss the Pokeball, and then you capture the Pokemon, and then it ticks 3 times, boom, boom, the wobble, and then it's gone. They didn't even have the wobble in the patent. By the way, we took a look at the patent. The wobble was not there. So essentially, and there was the patent they tried to put in the USA. They tried to get that approved in the USA. In Japan, it's already approved, but I'm pretty sure they don't have the wobble there too. But let's see. Details of the lawsuit. The plaintiffs claim that Palworld, released by us on January 19th, oh my god, that was a great day, glorious day, infringes upon the following 3... Fuck you! No! No, 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 no! I'm gonna ban this guy. You're so lucky that I can't find your chat messages. You're so lucky. Actually lucky. Okay, let's see. The following 3 patents held by the plaintiffs. This is the worst thing that could happen to game developers. And gamers. Gamers get worse clips from this. Anyways, okay, and we are seeking an injunction against the game and compensation for a portion of the damages incurred between the date of the registration of the patents and the date of filing this law. So I wonder when they put this lawsuit out. Okay, bro, so they put this patent out after the game released. How is that even possible? What? I knew this was gonna happen. This is ridiculous. No way. So they're like, wait, Palworld is making money? Guys, let's put out a patent so we can get some of that money. We can't make good games. Let's get this from other guys. Wow, this is ridiculous. How, like, this is a fucking clown company. This is insane. Wow. I can't believe this. I just cannot believe this. So wait, they registered the... Wait. This is... wait. Huh? So wait, they registered that on May? But on February it was applied? Oh wait, no, sorry. They applied on February. So all of these patents are actually after the game released. So wait, they were like this. Oh, we have seen Palworld. You remember the statement from Pokemon? They're like, no, yeah, from Pokemon, from Nintendo. Oh, we have seen Palworld. We are going to investigate now. And then they were like, oh, come on. Let's set up a bunch of patents. Do they get approved? Yes. Let's go and sue them now. What the fuck are these guys doing? That's insane. That's like, oh, wait, we should have patented that. Whoopsie daisy. I can't believe this. That's a company. Holy. This is ridiculous, man. Okay, holy. Oh my god, they're the laughing stock now. Yeah, so all of these 3 patents, but they don't say what these patents are, right? Let's see. Summary of the claim. An injunction against Palworld, the payment of 5 million yen, plus the late payment damages to the Pokemon Company. Ah, of course, yeah. And then another 5 million yen to Nintendo because they want to double dip. Wow, they're even trying to double dip. I can't believe this. Okay, we will continue to assert our position in the case though through legal. Yeah, of course. How can this be? What? Please note that we will refrain from responding individually to inquiries regarding this case. Yeah, I think that's good. If any matters arise that require public notice, we will announce them on our website. I think that's... yeah, there's no next news. Wow. Maybe 5 million yen. No, guys, I know that 5 million yen is not 5 million US dollars. Okay? We can do the conversion. It's not that much. Okay? It's 32,000. But it's still ridiculous. It doesn't matter. This amount here does not matter. Because ultimately, this could happen to you. You make a game, you apparently these... wait, we have the pattern numbers. Are they just calling for payment? What about shutting the game down? No, they just want payment, it looks like, yeah. So let's see here. We have the patterns right here. Let's make that a bit bigger. So this is the pattern from Japan, and here are the images. What are they trying to do? System game design. We saw that. We've seen that already, yeah. So this is basically a certain way... oh, here it is. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Nice. Yeah. So this is basically capturing Pokemons. It's only part of the patent, right? So then these are... we have seen this, by the way, where Nintendo tries to patent a resume game screen, where it's, let's say, on the Switch, you have a pause menu and you're pausing the game, you go somewhere else, and then you come back and you then unpausing the game. The way that you unpause the game is patented by Nintendo. Or maybe it wasn't by Nintendo, but that's what they're trying to do here. So essentially, if you happen to program the exact same resume menu screen, then they could... what is it called? Then they could sue you for patent infringement. See, like, I started making games because I wanted to make a good game for myself. Because I saw that, okay, it's getting more and more, how do you call that? About companies, big companies and money. How do you call that? Corporate? Yeah, it's getting more and more corporate. Companies are rising, you know, it's a bunch of investors because it's a huge market. And it became less and less, for the most part, about actually making good games. And so now you're like, okay, so I've already dodged the bullet of, like, you know how when you put someone else into a situation that their outcome determines how you feel? That's essentially how I felt with AAA games. A AAA game released, I felt bad because the game was shit. No, so I put myself into a position, I try to put myself into a position where it doesn't happen, so I make my own games, right? I can make my dream game. Cool. And now I'm in a position again, maybe in the future, where I have to pay money because I programmed something? Like, so, like, I hate that. It's so stupid. So yeah, so this is basically capturing Pokeballs. But you guys see this, right? There's no wobble. Wait, is that the wobble? No, that's the capturing part. Boom. So there is no wobble described here. So Palworld shouldn't pay any money because they have a wobble in there, which extends the behavior of this. That's how I see it, by the way. So that's the first one. What is the other one? Looks awfully familiar. It's actually the same. Wait, these are the same but different numbers? 7493, 749317, 7545. I guess there's differences in the exact things that happen in here, but these all kind of look the same, right? 7528, 7528. Yeah, so it's this patent. We saw that already. These things. They always start the same. Ah, here we go. That's different. Didn't even see that. Game program, game system, information processing device, and the information processing method. Game system. That's riding a horse. Are you kidding me? That's riding a horse? It's a crossing river patent? And that was approved? Riding a horse is now Nintendo's idea? Maybe there's written document. There was written documents, yeah. This is actually crossing a river. I can't believe this. And then this is the code flow, essentially. Flowchart. This is the flowchart here. If you happen to do this flowchart by chance in your game, because you want to cross a river in your game, and you happen to use a horse, you bet your ass Nintendo's coming after you if you're earning millions. Be careful, okay? Don't program in horses into your game. You can't do that anymore. It has to happen exactly like this, yeah. That's not a novel idea. So that's the problem. Usually, patents should happen on novel ideas. These are not novel ideas. Maybe capturing a Pokemon. Yes. I can see that. Capturing a Pokemon with the wobble and the shape of the ball and the color of the ball. And, you know, maybe. But crossing a river... Okay, what was the one in the middle then? Yeah, so this is the first one. And then the one in the middle is essentially the same, but it could be related to combat. But it looks like the same. Don't worry, Cakez, they don't care about us if we stay not successful. Yeah, but I would like to become successful, you know? That's like the point of making a game and, you know, make bigger games. Ah, this is ridiculous. The funniest thing about this is that they went after Palworld released. They were like, okay, Palworld earned some money. We want some money too. Let's make some patents. I just can't believe this. This is insane. And that they actually can do this. I don't know. I feel like this is like something that can only happen in America. I feel like, you know? How does this even happen? Cakez, I want to see the icing on the cake. Check out the Craftopia game on Steam. And check out its release date. I know. For those of you guys who don't know, this is not the first game. Palworld was the second game that Pocket Pair made. They have Craftopia. By the way, this is exactly the same game they made in Palworld. It's actually Palworld, but with humans. Not as successful as Palworld because it doesn't use Pokemons. But you can see here, there's a bunch of weapons. The same idea with gliding, housing, boss fights. It's the same game, just with pals. The studio's previous game also had this mechanic, so it predates Palworld. Yeah. Nintendo is now patent troll main and making games on the side. Yeah, so like, I just don't even... This is dangerous, by the way. That this happens is really dangerous. I'm happy that this is only happening in Japan and not in Europe. But crazy, man. Come on. This is ridiculous. I hope they lose, but even then, these patents should have never, not even in Japan, they should have never been approved. What are these guys doing? They must have someone there, they pay. 100%. They're paying people. There's got to be corruption. There's no other way. Not a single human would patent walking on a horse or crossing a river. No way. How every game developer goes broke while money greater than zero make bigger game and put in money. That's what AAA games do, yeah. That's what happened to Ubisoft. You're right, bro. Actually correct. It's worth mentioning that these patents came out actually already on 2021, and these are worldwide applications, and as far as my research goes, these apply worldwide in countries that have a treaty with each other. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm not a legal person, but that effectively means that these patents were already applied worldwide, for example in Japan, but not in the US, this is still in pending status, in 2021. However, this is not a big problem because the mechanics that are affected in Palworld have already been present in their first game, which is called Craftopia. Cakez, what they are saying is irrelevant because of Craftopia. I know that, I know. Craftopia came out before all of that. So essentially this was already there and it had all of the same mechanics. Probably without the capturing of beasts. Or maybe... wait, was it there already? They have beasts here. So it could have been there already. Ah, there it is. So this predates the first 3D Pokemon game where you capture a giraffe? Is there more? Wow, this is Fortnite. What the they tried to make a Fortnite game, bro. But this is it. Okay. So this is essentially before the first 3D Pokemon game. Are you sure about that? What was the first 3D Pokemon game? When did that came out? Initial release date 2022. The first 3D Pokemon game where you have to aim your Pokeball is the Pokemon Legends Arceus, as far as I know. So, okay, we might be wrong on this. I'm just gonna have to go after what you guys are saying, because I didn't play these games. And so in this game, that would be the first installment of capturing a Pokeball or Pokemon using a Pokeball in 3D. And Craftopia had this already using different types of spheres in 2020. So they had that before. It might have been inspired by the original Pokemon games in 2D, but you can't tell for sure. So they can't even patent this because it's not their first thing. It's not the first time they did this. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't like that situation at all. I hate it. Does Pokemon Arceus still run as dog shit? I don't know, probably. Anyways, I don't know enough about this. It sounds a bit odd to me that there's a worldwide application that happens on 2021, but then Pocket Pair brings out a statement and the patents that they actually have to deal with are patents that all have been applied and registered in 2024. So this might have been something that was there already, or it changed over the course of time. Maybe these pictures have not been there before. I can't tell. Nonetheless, none of these patents make any sense, because number one, the game already existed before, which is exactly the same game as Palworld with just humans and normal animals. Palworld is just a Pokemon game. The ripoff of Pokemon using the same ideas they had before. And that's why it's so successful, because it's using Pokemon and not, well, Pals, but they're very likely to, look-alike to Pokemon. And so these are the patents that came out after the fact. Ridiculous still ridiculous. And yeah, I hate it. I don't think there should be any patents in any games, because ultimately a game, unless you copy exactly to a T, a game should be your freedom to do whatever you want. And you should not be held back by some stupid patents. Your freedom to yoink whatever you want. No, not about that. It's about improving systems over time. It's the same with the Stardew Valley creator. Should he have never made a copy of the original games? Should he have not taken a look at Harvest Moon and make the game like Harvest Moon again? The original Harvest Moon looks very much like Stardew Valley. This is very similar to Stardew Valley because it's inspired. Like Stardew Valley is inspired by this. So should that not happen? Then we wouldn't have Stardew Valley. I think that's dumb.